Hey there, my name is Katie. I'm a stay-at-home homeschool mom of 5 kiddos, and when this brand asked if they wanted to send me this kettle to review, I thought I am one who can review a water kettle because, no joke, we've probably used, well, we've used many. We've run through kettles because we use them so many times. We probably use ours 5 or 6 times a day and have gone through many because we use them so often. So I'm a water kettle lover. As I was thinking through, like, what would I say in the video of why do we use heat water up all the time? I'm not even sure why we're just using it constantly for warming up little things, for tea, for coffee. We'll use like a coffee press where you want to have boiling water in there ahead of time. It just heats it so much faster than on the stove. We use a hot water kettle all the time. Like I would probably travel with one. So I'm here to talk to you about this one. And I feel like I can tell you what you're looking for in a kettle. So I have it off the, also, I have 5 kids. There are 7 people in my home. So that's why we're not in the kitchen. It's very loud out there. One of the things that's pretty standard, I wanted to start with it off the little kind of connector plate. Pretty standard when you set a kettle on the plate like this. So I want you to picture, right, you're like over at the sink, right? We've just filled it up with water or filtered water. Sorry, I prefer filtered. If you're over where you got your filtered water, okay, when we set this on here, it generally is going to beep. Now, one thing that's really cool, I've never used a kettle that has a digital display. It tells you the temperature of the water inside, which I think is actually pretty cool because there are times where I'm wanting to heat stuff up and I'm wondering like, hey, I'm getting antsy, I need to pour it in my coffee or whatever it is, my tea, and like wondering how close it is to boiling. I've never seen a water kettle. Again, we've gone through many. I've never seen a water kettle that shows you this. There are 6 different preset settings. You can look in the little instructions. It'll tell you what those specifically are. Their milk, as far as what the temperature actually is. So if you're wanting to warm up milk, the temperature that it's going to warm it to is 105. I'm honestly not sure what the honey function is for. I don't feel like you'd be warming honey. Maybe if you wanted to warm up water and then be like putting honey in it and melting it down. But regardless, that one goes to 135. There's a delicate, there's a green tea, there's a coffee, and then boiling. And there's also a function that you can just keep it warm for 30 minutes. So a couple of the stats on it. This is completely stainless steel, so there's no plastic that's touching your food, which is a win. It can warm up 16 ounces of water. The directions say, and I think if you're reading like the Amazon listing, it says 500 ml. I'm like, I don't speak ml. Let's figure out ounces. It will warm up 16 ounces of water to boiling in 3 minutes, which I think is pretty cool. The maximum that it holds is just under 60 ounces, which again, we're talking milliliters here. There's a fill line in here. It's 1.7 liters, which I Googled. That's just under 60 ounces. So that's the max. I would not recommend going over the max because if you have it set to boiling, once it starts boiling, it could boil out and spill. So we want to follow that max line. So when you put it on, we're just going to hit boil and then press the power button. So it's kind of a 2-push button situation. But while we're finishing this video, we can watch and see it warming up. One thing that's really cool that they put on here is, as far as just safety function. Oh, I also want to like take it up close here in a second so you can hear. I mean, you can. I don't know if you can hear it or not. It's quiet. It's not loud as far as the noise that it makes of like those steaming teapots. I don't care for those. I'm like, I have enough kids screaming at me. I don't need a teapot screaming at me. It has an auto shut off if there is no water in there. So let's say you think that you put water in the night before and you go and you press and you turn it on. You're like, oh my goodness, am I, burning the bottom of the kettle? It can sense when there's not water in there. It will shut it off, which is a great safety function. They also have instructions in the manual for how to descale it, depending on if you have hard water, right, mineral buildup, stuff like that. I appreciate that they have instructions in there. My goal for you in making these videos is honestly to tell you, like, is this a good buy? And also try, not like this kind of good buy. Is this a good purchase? Okay, do you hear it? It's rumbling. We're up to 135. And also try to tell you what's in the directions so that you don't have to read them if you're not a direction reading person. Oh, the other thing they recommend on cleaning it, when you first get it, it's recommended to fill it to the max fill line and set it to boiling and then dump that out. Do that 2 times. So it's just kind of like a sterilizing process as far as making sure that any stuff that was in the packaging or whatever is not there. Okay, was there anything else that I want to say? We're up to 157. Okay, fully stainless steel, 16 ounces in 3 minutes. I think that, okay, can you hear this? We're gonna get a little close. I'm gonna turn it around. It's the same sound all the way around. We're gonna test it and see if it was like loud in the front or in the back or something like that. Okay, just for fun. I won't make you watch it. We'll come back when it's boiling. Okay, we're at 206. You can hear it. You hear it rumbling now? It's We're getting there. You can see that, I don't know if it picks up on the camera. You can see a little bit of the steam coming out. We're at 208. I was thinking it's a good thing I didn't overfill this since my face is pretty close. It's not going to splash out at me. I don't know if you can see the steam. It doesn't matter. It's steaming. It definitely sounds like it's done. We're at 211 and 212. I don't know. I think that digital display is kind of cool. Okay, beep beep. It's done. If you weren't going to use it right away, we could just tap warm right there, and then hit power. It's going to hold that. So if you're looking for a kettle that is not going to give you any plastic in your water, that's going to be reliable, that is can boil quickly. I think the 16 ounces in 3 minutes is pretty cool. The display is a new function. We've gone through many water kettles, have never done the display as far as seeing your degrees. I think that's pretty cool. Enjoy.